Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Kiki Sparkles.
Hello.
And the pendulum is swinging back really damn hard. Johnny Depp actually won.
Yes.
He won, like on all counts.
My mouth was on the ground. Every time they said, you know, did she defame him? Yes. I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
I thought for sure they would find some way to buy him off or something.
Unanimous jury decision. Johnny Depp, yes. Amber Heard absolutely defamed him. She had malicious intent. His name is clear. Now, I don't know if Disney's got some alpacas ready to send his way, but if I were Johnny Depp, I'd tell them to go shove those alpacas right up there.
Well, no, don't do anything to the alpacas. I pet the alpacas, and then I tell them, kindly take them back.
Kindly take them back.
Safely take the alpacas back. They don't deserve to be shoved up anybody's ass.
Yeah, so let's talk about this because this is massive. This is absolutely massive. Defamation cases are very hard.
They're very hard to prove. Very hard to prove.
And, you know, we saw what happened with Vic Mignogna. It didn't even get out of the gate. And they tried to get this one thrown out too.
I'll be honest with you. I own it because it's so hard to prove defamation. Even though we have said since way back when that we thought this was, you know, that he was being defamed. We got demonetized over putting the picture of his finger up because, you know, how dare we? But you know, I thought for sure that it would be an uphill battle and that he might not win the court case because defamation's hard. And he still won public opinion. I mean, no matter what had happened, he won. Because public opinion's like, fuck this. They think that totally he was innocent.
Oh, yeah.
But I honestly thought that because defamation's hard that he might not win that. But when he did, I was like, holy shit.
I honestly did not expect it. I did not expect it.
I'm glad that's the way it came out.
Yeah, I didn't expect it, though. I really thought that this was not about, well, it wasn't about the money, but it was about him clearing his name.
Good.
And
which he did do, I think.
Yeah, even fence sitters were looking at the Amber Heard, debacle, and they were like, wait a minute, she's lying. She's lying to the jury. She's lying to everybody.
And the great thing about this case was that the general public could watch the evidence and decide for themselves.
Yes.
And the media didn't get to tell you what to think.
That's going to be the second part of this video. We're going to talk about that. The gaslighting of audiences, of readers, of the general public by the media. The general public has seen during this case a lot of the shit that, geek culture, pop culture has gone through the last couple of years, whether it's Star Wars or video games or whatever, that the media keeps trying to spin this narrative and tell you you're crazy, you're not right, you're not seeing things the right way. Things would have been different in the court of public opinion had this case not been made, publicly
That's why they
available.
pushed so hard for it not to be.
Yeah, because she looked horrible. I mean,
but everybody got to the evidence. Everybody did. And if you came out of that thinking she was innocent, I don't know what to tell you because I don't see how you could have.
And the unfortunate side effect of this is because of it, I have to think that more abuse victims, it could negatively impact people coming forward.
Could it though? Or could it go the other way around?
I don't know.
Because now you're seeing that an abuse victim stuck up for themselves, spoke out, who wasn't a woman, and people believed them. So maybe you're going to see more abuse victims come out, especially male ones.
Let's talk about this. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 268,000 subs.
Woohoo!
Thank you for the support. We are not a Johnny Depp, Amber Heard channel, but we've been kind of following the situation because this does dovetail with the bigger issue going on in pop culture right now, which was this push to demonize all men. Basically, if a woman said, you're a piece of shit, you could lose your job, you could, get arrested, you could, whatever, even if there wasn't the evidence to support it. And Johnny Depp was the highest profile, other than Harvey Weinstein, who totally did it. But Johnny Depp was the highest profile Me Too case. He lost his career. Mm-hmm. He lost pretty much everything. And, the phone stopped ringing. Warner Brothers fired him from Fantastic Beasts, like literally fired him. Disney unofficially fired him from Pirates. They just decided to go in a different direction. And so he did this to salvage his name.
I would have too. He needed to.
He needed to.
He even said he didn't care. I don't think he really cared if he got money. He just wanted to clear his name.
Yeah, I would have been like, you take that, the $50 million and give it to charity, Amber. Oh, wait.
Oh, she doesn't give the money to charity.
Pledge it.
She just tells everybody she does.
So let's read what the New York Post has to say. We just got done watching the verdict. I am floored. I honest to God, guys, did not expect him to win.
It was me. It was you, me, and Squid King sitting there listening to this whole thing. And every time I said yes, we were just like, oh.
Or I thought it would be a mixed bag. Like, it kind of was. I mean, Depp now they kind of got his side because his lawyer said some stuff, but we'll talk about it. Anyway, this is coming from the New York Post, just got published a couple of minutes ago. Johnny Depp wins defamation case against Amber Heard. Johnny Depp won all 3 counts. All 3. It wasn't just all 3 counts of his bombshell defamation lawsuit against Amber Heard Wednesday after a Virginia jury substantiated the claim that his ex-wife sullied his reputation and damaged his career when she wrote about becoming a public figure representing domestic abuse following the couple's split. The panel of 7 in Fairfax decided to award the Pirates of the Caribbean star a total of $15 million in damages after deliberating for 13 hours.
Yeah, it was really fast. It was unanimous and it was quick.
It was quick. It wasn't just the court of public opinion, but these people, the jury, they were, supposedly staying away from TikTok and YouTube and all that, and they looked at this situation like, oh, she is absolutely a lying, gold digging,
Now the judge, they said capped the damages at $350,000. That's what I thought she said at the end.
Yeah. Now that I don't know if that's his request. I mean, they're both millionaires, right? So, this is more about Johnny Depp clearing his name so he could work going forward, or even still, people don't look back at Johnny Depp in, 50, 60 years and be like, oh yeah, he abused his wife, and that's that. What a sad way to end a career as an abuser,
that's how they're going to think of her.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, oh yeah, he was married to what's her face? What was her name again?
The one that hit him.
It rhymes with turd. What was her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how people are going to remember her by. They're literally going to remember you because your name rhymes with turd, Amber. The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband, Heard said.
He lost all his gigs because of the disproportionate power and influence and sway. Here's the thing. You might have got away with that, Amber, had it not been televised that everyone could watch it. So when you would present evidence or present what happened, or they'd have recordings played or photographs or whatever, everybody could see it. When they had doctored photos and showed how it was one way and not another, everyone could see that. So you're not going to convince people otherwise. It's called the truth. It's this little word that Hollywood doesn't know. It's called, and media definitely doesn't, it's called the truth.
In her statement, Heard called the verdict a setback for other women. I agree that this case is a setback.
Well, then Heard's responsible for that.
Yeah.
Heard herself is responsible for setting back women. Thank you, Heard.
It sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. It resets the clock for sure. But
it shows that violence against anyone should be taken seriously. You don't have to have tits to have, to say that something happened to you and it counts.
He did not win this case because he's Johnny Depp. He did not win this. I mean, it was unanimous. Mm-hmm. The deliberation was short. People looked at the evidence, and I'm sure they had people both sides of the political spectrum who were looking at if it were me and I didn't know anything about the situation, I would even look at it and be like, I don't know, man, her story is not making sense.
Right. But the thing is, that's it. The general public was allowed to watch and form their own opinion, which the media hates. Their PR people hate, because there are PR people can go call up their friends at the media to tell them exactly what to spin.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, this clearly makes it for everyone, shows everyone how manipulative the media is, how manipulative Hollywood is. If you have a PR person who knows the right amount of people or the right type of people, they can get anything put through as fact, whether it's fact or not.
So the actress did win her second of 3 counts. She did. She said, yeah, I'm sad I lost this case. I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly.
Well, not when you okay. I can't even.
But she did win on his side because Depp's attorney said that he told the Daily Mail she set Depp in a hoax when the police came to their apartment in May 2016. But that's kind of a drop in the bucket. I mean, it is not good for her on any level. Not only did she lose the court of public opinion, right? But she literally lost the case.
But do you already notice this was a New York Post article? We're reading through it, and it's all about what Heard says and how, here's what she accused him of. And he supposedly, assaulted her, and she says it's sad for women. It's Heard said, poor Heard. That's kind of what the article is doing. Do you notice this?
Yeah. Johnny Depp's not saying much of anything.
Well, even then, they could be bringing up what he had said in court, and they are a little bit, but a lot of it's like, poor Heard had to recount the moments. You know, it might change going down, but it seems weird.
Well, here, yeah, Depp repeatedly denied the claims. I don't think he's reacted yet. As of recording this video, he hasn't reacted. He's overseas, I guess. But she had a statement right. I think she knew. She knew. Okay, so they effed up. The jury did not put the amount of damages, punitive damages, on the form, and the judge is like, you got to put a dollar amount.
Well, at that point, you knew somebody won.
Somebody won.
Here they both technically did.
They technically, yeah, but she, I mean,
but not, yeah, him way more than her.
Even if he did not win, okay, he already won.
He did already win, yes.
We've got 6 weeks of drama and video evidence and everything laid bare. And he knew, I mean, he had to know going into it that, like, they're going to rip your life apart. People are going to know you've got drug problems, drinking problems, you know, they're going to know this, but it was worth it to him to lay the cards on the table and be like, yeah, I may be these things, but I didn't beat this woman.
And I admit to those things, but I don't admit to this guy didn't do it.
Yeah, somebody who drinks too much in Hollywood, imagine that.
Yeah, does drugs? Never.
What? Shocker. Anyway, yeah, so this is shocking. I mean, I still, I'm like kind of, because I did not expect him to win. I really did not.
Well, I knew he already won the court of public opinion, and I think I even said that today before this came out. I said no matter what happens, he won. He won the court of public opinion, and the reason that happened was because people were allowed to make their own decisions based on what they saw. So that's what I did right this first time. They're talking about the blatant misreporting, manipulation, gaslighting tactics. And this is what they said. This case has revealed for millions of manipulation and gaslighting tactics employed by mainstream media. I have had my words twisted by media before, but the blatant lies and untruths that have been reported on this case have been absolutely appalling to see. From photoshopping tears onto Amber's face, you can find the originals on Getty Images, to misquoting witness testimony, we have witnessed amounts of gaslighting I didn't believe possible. Well, like I said, you're new, aren't you?
Yeah, right.
And the media can wear their imaginary halo all they like, but the truth is that seeing the headlines out there, this case has been extremely triggering. As a victim of narcissistic abuse, not only is the media defending the manipulative tactics employed by our abusers, but are in fact perpetuating them against us as we speak. Lucasfilms. Yeah. Gaslighting doesn't even begin to describe it. It's abusive to the highest degree. And it's scary. Because if this was the way they report on celeb drama, imagine how little we can trust them on matters of world politics. Yes, we've been telling you this.
Yeah, so that is the bigger issue. I mean, you know, again, we've been talking about for what, 6 months now that the pendulum is swinging.
Right, but we've been longer than that. But we've been talking about the media gaslighting and lying for years.
Right, and I think this case, more than maybe any one event, is actually going to push that pendulum back way harder. Because it's like, wait a second, this whole narrative that the media has been spinning for 4 or 5 years now, it's just all come unraveled. Like, people weren't paying attention when Time's Up and all of the drama around the organization and all that. But the Johnny Depp case, they're like, wait, the media literally has gone to bat for Amber Heard day after day after day. We did a video just a couple days ago, and I saw an article last night on the BBC. It's all the same talking points. There's a PR machine behind it. And now people are kind of questioning themselves and questioning their sanity. Like, I watched this whole trial every day. I saw the things that she said. I saw the evidence for myself, and you're still telling me I'm wrong. Well,
this reminds me of everything we've seen with the media, not even just in pop culture, which, you know, clearly, when the people try to tell you, oh, no, they're not doing that, like, hell, they aren't. I mean, they set you up to call you, they're basically what they try to do, what they're trying to do here, set you up as a bad person so that they can make the public dismiss you. And they couldn't do that in this instance. But I'm thinking back to, like, you know, all the vaccine information and misinformation in quotes and some of that stuff. Yeah, no, and some of that stuff where you weren't allowed to say stuff and media had one narrative and somebody else. When the one paper came out and said, yeah, they are looking into issues with women because they're having some side effects that are starting to be like numbers that are significant. Yeah. And they got kicked off of Twitter for it.
Saturday Night Live. Again, you want to talk about the pendulum swing and people, you know, starting to not believe this shit. Saturday Night Live did a skit making fun of the fact that you're not even allowed to question anything related to COVID and the vaccine. Right.
So what I'm saying is, I mean, it's not so much the case now, but what I'm saying is there was a concerted effort to follow a certain opinion or narrative. With politics, you've seen certain people that there's been evidence against them, but suddenly no one covers it. And then this goes down the memory hole. So is it that hard to believe that, that the media tries to sway? We even had people, that was years ago, but they had the one person saying that, it's our job to tell you what to think.
Yeah.
And that was the news person. And that's just it. People have been too complacent and listening to the news and just taking it as at face value when it's not always the truth.
This would have gone a totally opposite direction in the court of public opinion had the trial not been televised, which is why they didn't want televised. But again, because then the media could control what information
got out
there. You'd see a painting or a drawing of Amber Heard and, crying more than she does in real life. She's so broken.
Only certain people would have been allowed in the courtroom.
Yep.
And those are the only people that would have had reported on the case. And it would have been easily controlled by the PR people, which is why she fired them all and got a new one.
Yep.
Because, it's not even about truth. It's about how much you pay to pay for the spin.
Yeah.
And basically, even if you even have more money, if you're the wrong kind of person, and you're somebody they have decided is a no good Nick, they're going to spin it against you anyway. It doesn't matter if it's true. How many times has the media gotten sued? And people have won because they've spun things out of context.
And then it goes down the memory hole. People actually win defamation cases against the media, and then the media just blacks it out like you're not allowed to talk about. Like, oh yeah, that kid, he got millions of dollars from CNN. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that because we don't like that guy.
No, but and we keep seeing it happening. And then what happens is you see all these people out there yelling about stuff they're very uninformed on because that's what that news outlet told them.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, the Gina Carano thing. I can't tell you people today I've seen going on, well, she deserves what she got because she was a racist. I'm like, where was she a racist? She just voted a way you didn't like and, put a quote up you thought was something that it wasn't and said she wouldn't use pronouns. I'm like, that isn't a racist. It doesn't matter because the media says that she is. That makes it true.
Well, same with, I'm looking at the Vic Mignogna situation and, everybody's like, he got his case thrown out in court. And yes, it's the Me Too movement and we won and da-da-da-da-da. Amber Heard technically won in the UK.
Yes. And it was, again, a defamation case. Because well, she didn't even win. It was him suing the Sun.
Yeah.
So
it was a win. It was a win for her.
It made it
because it got tossed out.
Right, because it got tossed out. And there's a lot of weird stuff about that case and about what happened in that trial. But it was about defamation. And defamation is very hard to prove, which is why I was very surprised.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I didn't believe Johnny Depp. I completely believe Johnny Depp. We've been saying that this since, a while back when we showed a severed finger and everything and got in trouble for it. The problem is defamation is extremely hard to prove. And he proved it on all counts. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, it's a massive deal. And I would not be surprised because of this if we don't take another look at Gina Carano, if Disney doesn't take another look at Gina Carano, that situation, if there isn't a round 2 for Vic Mignogna, because this is Johnny Depp's round 2.
They won't take another look at it. They'll just step over it and move on.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think they will.
If I were Johnny Depp, I would never go anywhere near Disney again. I'd be like, you cowards, fired me based on hearsay. You've worked with me for years. I've made you millions and millions of dollars, and you gutless cowards.
Warner Brothers too, though.
Yeah.
But where else are you going to go?
Netflix.
I'm just like,
Johnny Depp. Oh my God, Johnny Depp's going to wind up on Netflix.
Well, Jerry Bruckheimer's been defending Depp this whole time and was trying to get him back in.
Well, no, Ryder's been.
So many people have. So many people came to his defense. And that's the biggest thing that tells you, if that tells you anything, was that his exes, except for that one chick she's always bitchy. Yeah. And I'm still surprised he slept with that. Anyway, must have been a moment of desperation. Anyway, the thing is, these people, when you have your exes come out and they're just defending you, like, no, he helped me, or no, he would never do that.
Yeah,
that has to say something about you there, because most people's exes aren't going to be like, yeah, I'm going to help you. I mean, we broke up, but it's not because he's a bad person, and I mean, to me, that speaks volumes, because even his exes, who would have reason to be like, hell no, are all speaking highly of him. Yeah.
So, I mean, that never happened. So, I mean.
So go him.
Yeah. So this is something that can't be understated how.
Yay for justice.
Yeah, yay for justice, and how important this is to I guess the pop culture wars or whatever the hell you want to call them. It's massive.
Now,
it's massive.
and besides pop culture wars, it's massive, and I don't know how it's going to play out for people that are victims of abuse, because on one hand, you're going to have people who are going to come forward now because, they didn't just automatically believe Amber Heard, and especially if you're a guy, because it was, if I'm a guy, no one's going to believe me. And so I think you're going to be able to see more men are going to be able to come forward and are going to get a fair, they're going to listen to them fairly. I would hope. Okay. I do think that because she lost, and I'm hoping this isn't the case because the public at large saw the evidence, and I don't think they're going to be this way. I'm hoping it doesn't mean that some women won't come forward. I think women who were going to come forward because they automatically thought they'd be believed because they knew they weren't telling the truth might not come forward, which is a win.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope it doesn't impact things negatively. I think it might actually go to the opposite, and actually more people will come forward.
Hopefully. Again, during Me Too, we had men stepping forward and they got stepped over.
Yes, they did. I was so mad about that. Yeah. I'm a mom, and I have a son and a daughter, and I was a teacher for years. I worked with boys and girls and people who identified as non-binary and everything else. I would hate to think that because of the gender they identify as, no one's going to listen to them if they got abused. And I would not want people to just automatically believe my daughter, but then not believe my son.
Yeah.
I just think that everybody should be treated fairly, and you should hear the situation. And I know for a fact there are so many men who have been abused and no one does anything. And I think that is just bullshit. And I'm so happy that maybe this might change that.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah, sorry. That was me
okay.
going off on it. I'm trying not to cry.
All right, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.